Team USA, something we haven't said in a handful of games. 27-point win over Argentina in the medal round, the first game of the medal round. So the Americans advance to the semifinals. And remember, their last three games, they won by a combined 16 points. So a much more convincing win. Argentina did beat USA back in 2004 in the Olympic semifinals, but no such luck. Americans remain undefeated out there in Rio. They've now won 74 straight, one shy of the Team USA record. We'll have full reaction. Michael Leaves will join us live from Rio in just a bit.
Yes, it was attorney Jeffrey Ostro telling me today, emphatically supporting Ryan Lochte and saying the story that Ryan told to Brazilian authorities, the State Department, the FBI, and U.S. OC officials on Sunday night. The same story Ostro says he told the Today Show is actually the truth. Going as far as to say Ryan is the victim here. No matter what they were saying down there, let's remember he was the one who was around the gun.
What are some ramifications if it is proven that he and the others did happen to provide false information to police?
Yeah, so Lindsay, we know the beginning of the story and we know the end. The piece we're missing is the middle. And if somehow it can be proven that, in fact, Ryan and Jimmy Fagan were fabricating part of the story, it could be 1 to 3 months in jail, although more than likely what I'm told by Brazilian people is that it would be just a fine.
Okay. I mean, they did say that they were worried about getting in trouble. Any more elaboration to that on why they would think that would be the case?
No, they haven't. And everybody is super tight-lipped down here, which makes you really wonder what's going on. It's been suggested to me as well that perhaps it isn't so much any sort of punishment Brazilian authorities are after, but a change in the PR of the story, if you will. Remember, when this came out on Sunday, it was a black guy in Brazilian games that an American superstar was in this sort of a situation. And so if they could prove somehow that it wasn't true, there's a belief here in Brazil that will sort of help somewhat save the face of these complicated players.
Wayne Graves and thank you, Wayne.
Top 5 has really been forced on us by Usain Bolt and Michael Phelps, the two Olympic height-movers going nuts right now. So we've crafted our top 5.
Yes.
Together again, greatest Olympians ever. And I go. I'm going to start right away with this Soviet gymnast, Larissa Latina.
Latina.
Yeah. By the way, that's what Olympic venues looked like back in the 50s and 60s when Larissa was doing her thing.
Oh, so elegant.
Yes, she won 14 individual medals, Carrie. 14 individual medals.
Wow. Wow.
All around twice, 56 and 60. You know who this guy is?
No, I do not.
That's the flying Finn, Paavo Nurmi.
Wow.
Paavo.
David, you went back.
Well, I went way back. 9 gold medals. On one day, he won the 5,000, took an hour break, and then won the 1,500.
Wow.
Who made that schedule? And he ran with a stopwatch in his hand just to make sure.
Just because.
Number 3, the man, Jesse Owens.
Yes.
1936, Berlin. Thumbed his nose at Adolf Hitler up in the box. Won the 100, the 200, the long jump part of the 1x400 relay. Did his level best to ruin the Nazi Olympics. Number 2,
this
here's
guy.
the big debate. Is it Bolt or is it Phelps? I went with Usain Bolt, although I was saying earlier, there's no one in sports I'd rather watch do anything than
But
Usain
him.
Bolt
Yeah.
running those last 50 meters. Just unbelievable. But I went with Phelps because of all the medals, 28 in all, 23 gold, yada, yada, yada. I just felt like this guy's still splashing around at the age of 31. He gets my nod.
Yeah, and that is going to be the constant debate. Who is the better Olympian? Is it going to be Bolt? Is it going to be Phelps? It's subjective, I think. I mean, the way Bomani made a good case for it.
He did.
Here's my top 5. I'm completely out of the loop here. Mine are all off, but here we go. Number 5, Carl Lewis.
Yep.
You remember that guy? Won 4 golds in the 1984 Olympics right in Los Angeles.
Hello.
But when will LA get the Olympics again? That's another story. We'll talk about that.
That's not in this top 5.
Coming in at number 4, Larissa Latina. Did we get it correct?
Latina?
Yeah.
You know,
listen.
Our judge will be able to get
Our judge will be able to give us the right name on that for sure. All right, 14 individuals, as David just said. And coming in at number 3 for me, so this is where we do our back and forth. I went with Michael Phelps. Like, I absolutely agree.
Phelps at 3.
To me, 1, 2, and 3 are all the same, and I'll tell you why. Like, I mean, come on. I could argue that he's a top Olympian. I mean, I really could. But number 2 for me was Usain Bolt.
You got Bolt over?
Yeah,
Okay.
I can flip and I can flop, but I'm going to go with number 1 with Jesse Owens because of the conditions, what he had to deal with, what he did at that time. I felt like, to me, when you are running under, there's always this pressure, right, at number 1, but you're running under these racist conditions, and it was hard. I couldn't even imagine what he had to deal with, but yet he pressed on and was able to get 4 gold medals in spite of. And so to me, to put it in perspective, it paved the way for the Usain Bolts and the Michael Phelps and everyone else. So that was my top 5.
It's a well-constructed argument. I have no complaints with it. Here we go. Our top 5 back-to-back. Harry went Jesse Owens, Usain Bolt, Michael Phelps. I went Michael Phelps, Usain Bolt, Jesse Owens.
I did all the same.
Pavo Nurmi thrown in on the side.
Yeah.
Carl Lewis, yada, yada. So, what do we have here? We got Frank Caliendo as our guest critiquer.
There it is.
What your thoughts on the top 5s, Frank?
Well, I thought we'd do a little Morgan Freeman.
Oh,
to figure
okay.
out what's the best way to possibly do it. But I don't know if you mentioned that I was going to be on the fantasy football thing that's coming up too.
Yes,
oh, you're going to get to that. Frank trying to plug himself and not giving all
He's
the anchors
producing the
their
show
turn
now.
to do what they need to do. See, that was just terrible. Now I was going Charles Barkley. It's never your top 5 lists are knuckle-headed lists. Very, very good, but in a way kind of average. But then Caliendo, what it did was just stole what you said. So here we go.
Who do we have?
We're going to take a look at number 5 of the greatest athletes of all time in the Olympics. I would have to say, Larissa Latiniya. I'm not even sure how to say it. I just wanted to try and pronounce it.
A lot of
Is
fun
that her
today.
name?
I wasn't sure if that was the way to go.
Well, you
Usain
went with,
Bolt. Never has a better name been for a man than Usain Bolt. And, of course, Sean O'Neill, table tennis.
Oh,
What? He's a friend of mine. That's why I put it.
like,
I just want to make it Michael Phelps because we're on SportsCenter. You have to mention Michael Phelps and Jesse Owens, a man who ran in the most difficult conditions of all time and came away with 4 gold medals and 2 world records. There we go.
There you go.
Again,
So-
Sean O'Neill is
He's a friend.
friend.
He taught me how to play table tennis, how to play ping pong. So
Eddie Medals or Eddie?
no. The medals aren't important. It's not winning that's important at the
It's
Olympics.
not?
It's participating. I don't know what you guys are thinking.
Yeah, Sean O'Neill, my bad.
Where I am now is exactly how I want to finish. And by finish, he means start anew. Michael Phelps swearing off Tokyo, saying these Olympics are his last. The 31-year-old wants to chill with his 3-month-old son, Boomer, marry his longtime girlfriend, Nicole. Ready to expand his little family. No interest in extra hardware because really, honestly, he has no place to put it. Our Wayne Dreys caught up with the most decorated Olympian at the Crave Jerky event in Rio.
You know, over the last 24 years of my career, it's kind of just little small stepping stones that were running through my head kind of the last day, just because it's all coming to an end. This is it. Not gonna swim competitively ever again, and it felt good this time because I think last time I wanted it to just end quick. I wanted it to be over, and now I was actually enjoying it.
When it was over, how did it feel different than it did 4 years ago, this goodbye?
I think I was happy, and happy to say goodbye, happy to kind of leave and start something new, or get ready to start something new. You know, I think in London I wanted to kind of stiff arm it and just say, get out of my life, I don't want anything to do with you. But now I think I was just kind of embracing the situation and everything that I had. And this week, you know, this week was crazy. You know, I mean, I could see Bob was kind of freaking out at the end of the week. You know, the double that I had with the 2 IM 100 fly, he was freaking out. 100 fly final, obviously, he's excited. And then the 400 medley relay, he was emotional the whole time. So being able to share that moment, I think, is something that was super special for the both of us, because we were both finally there and both finally ready to move on.
Tuesday night, you're in the ready room, semifinals of the 200 fly, and Chad starts shadowboxing. Honestly, what are you thinking?
I saw it and was just like, okay, here we go. I knew media was going to ask about it. I without question knew it was going to get brought up. And I was just kind of I wasn't going out of my way to make dirty faces. But I kind of figured that I was probably going to have a face, and there was somebody that was going to capture it, and somebody was going to ask about it. But I also, at the same time, just know that we all have our own little rituals that we go through, and if that's his, that's his.
Have you ever seen somebody get ready like that before?
I can't say I have, no. But I was just like, okay, to each their own. Do what you got to do. And
so that night, you get back to your place in the village. Did you realize how your face had exploded on the internet?
Well, I had friends who were sending me memes throughout that session afterwards, and then I got a photo of like emojis or bitmojis that are going all over the place. So it was kind of interesting. It's just, I mean, I guess after that that's when everything really started just going crazy back home. I spoke to a friend a few days after that, and he was like, dude, it's just like it was in 2008. He's like, people were going absolutely bananas. And then everybody started asking me to do the Michael Phelps face. I don't even know what I was doing.
While some of your roommates and teammates are out till all hours of the night doing who knows what were you doing after these games different than the past?
I was back here with Boomer and Nicole asleep as fast as I could.
That's a little different than the Olympics in the past.
I was out till all hours of the morning before. I think it's crazy with the hours that we had for swimming being so late. So it was nice to just sleep as much as I could. I mean, I slept on the couch yesterday and it was just, I mean, I woke up and I didn't know where I was. Like, I was just I'm just beat. I'm beat physically, emotionally, everything.
You've had your personal issues after an Olympics or after a major meet.
Yeah.
What gives you the confidence that this will be different without swimming in your life?
I think the biggest change now is, obviously I have a child. I'm getting married this year. But also I'm just in a different place mentally, and I think that's one thing that I couldn't say in the past. You know, for me, I've gone through a couple bad spells in the last, past 2 Olympics. And, here, I'm happy outside of the pool. I'm happy inside of the pool. I have a great family life.
What do you want Boomer to take away from these games?
I've heard that question before, and I don't 100% know right now. For me, it was something special to have him here for my last swim. I think that's something that I always thought possibly could happen, but didn't know if it actually would.
What do you want him to learn from your career?
Nothing is perfect in life. Learn every step of the way. Hard work, dedication, it does pay off. Just small things, and I think Nicole and I will end up teaching other things along the way. But also, I mean, he can also take whatever he wants off, from my career, and I want him to be his own person. Somebody's asking last night, are we going to push him to be a swimmer? No. If he wants to be a swimmer, he'll be a swimmer. That's one thing that I was very fortunate that my parents never did to me. Nicole and I will go through some of these processes together and learn new things, and hopefully we'll be able to instill into him some of the things that we learned as a kid.